And we welcome you back to our continuing coverage of Long Island travel hockey on LI Sports Network. And in just a few moments, two divisional rivals meet up once again for another highly anticipated clash. As the Long Island Arrows come into town to face off against Suffolk County PAL. Mike Colander here, ready to bring you the action. Vinny Matula to the right of me, working the camera. PAL back in action, ready for what should be a very fun matchup against an old rival all the way from Freeport, the Arrows. Where the two teams stand right now in that 14U AA division, the Arrows have an outrageously large edge over their counterparts here today as they come in with a record of 13-1-1. While PAL, on the other hand, finds themselves looking for a big win to climb up further and further up on top of the 14U division ladder. They got the Long Island Rebels just one spot ahead of them with a record of 11-2. PAL stands with a record of 10-5-1 in that Long Island Amateur Hockey League division. And here they are. The big trends to look out for today is the goal scoring. And if there's a team that loves scoring more than any other team in that division, it's the Long Island Arrows, who come into this matchup accounting for 120 goals, a staggering number. And the reason for that is, it's who they contain in their roster, and they got plenty of power in store to try to take down this Suffolk PAL team. However, the same can be said for Suffolk PAL, although the amount of goals by them not as eye-popping as the Long Island Arrows. They do have a large amount in 77 goals. And a big key also as well, the goaltending. How will that favor PAL as they go into this matchup against the Long Island Arrows, who've only given up 15 goals this season? 15 goals, a 105 goal differential, the best in the 14U LIAHL division. That is definitely going to be talked about for sure here today. And PAL, they'll look to capitalize and counteract on that with either one of those netminders in net to try to preserve as much damage as possible, prevent as much damage as possible, whether it be Kings Park Comax, Timothy Burke, or Smithtown Hog Bulls' own Jack Pring. The answer will be revealed shortly. Suffolk PAL, Long Island Arrows, right around the corner, and in just a few. The final strategies have been implemented for both teams. There is Jack Pring, who gets the starting nod in goal over Timothy Burke. The captain, John Avlanidis, will take the draw opposite of that man, number 82 of the Long Island Arrows, Chase Goldman. This matchup is underway. It begins with the Arrows having the possession. First hit of the game laid that time by Villani. Didn't get a lot on that. Jack Dolson, a very well-known name, who has a fair share of scoring plenty of goals on this very ice for the East Islip Chiefs in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Here today, he is looking to make an impact for his Arrows squad as this one trickles wide. Rebound just missing on the second chance with Saunders, as PAL makes their presence felt early inside the zone. Sent across. Gathering this one back, Jack Dolson. Dolson trying to maneuver through chaos, and he'll retreat to the bench as he couldn't do much there. PAL working ahead. JT Caruso left down in front, and he gets the shot off, which is stopped. We'll have a draw. Luckily for the Arrows, they came back right at the best moment. As once Caruso was out in front, the Arrows came hustling just in the nick of time to prevent Caruso from getting a better chance off. Had he been just a few steps ahead, it could have ended differently. Chance from the top, fanned on there, and here's a chance the other way for the Arrows. Moving in, fanned on as well. PAL recovering. It's that time Mark Fama couldn't release the trigger how he wanted it to go. And players descending all over the ice as one player on PAL got sandwiched heading towards the net. Here's Caruso again in tight, save made, rebound, and it's pushed aside. Wilson from the top lets a drive go, but it got blocked in front. Another player falls to the ice. That was Stoltenborg. And it's further canceled out by the Arrows. PAL getting it back. Rissanello feeding ahead. Chase Saunders breaking in. Score! With blazing quick speed, Chase Saunders delivers the opening blow to the Arrows here in the first. Arrows trying to counteract. Good job there by James Villani to deteriorate that chance. PAL trying to spike this one out of the zone. Arrows keeping it alive. Saunders gathers it again. He'll send this one all the way down for icing. Another draw commences inside PAL's zone. They have the advantage, but the question remains for how long, as this Arrows team has the propensity of doing plenty of damage to their opponents just by the staggering numbers I rattled off at the top during warm-ups. PAL working this one out of the zone. Arrows getting it back. Resetting quickly. Getting close to the net as they try to counteract here. PAL not allowing them any inch to make something happen for now. Man waiting at the point. Here's a chance in front. Far side opportunity. Squandered that time. But it stays alive in the zone. Lenz fires, deflected in front off a stick there provided by one of the PAL players, and it's further cleared out, and icing gets washed away by the linesman. This benefits PAL, who is in the middle of a line change. Here's Golden racing after it. Golden. Arrows making their presence felt in the zone once again. Everyone converging in the board, in the zone. Here's a chance from the top, blocked there off of skates, provided by Villani. The other captain for the PAL team, as that one almost got directed on net. Here's Lenz to get it again. Banks this one to the near side, and it's further twisted in by the Arrows. But Cavoli able to extract himself from that hit right there. Trying to win it back for PAL as the Arrows continue to put some aggressive pressure on their opponent. Chase Saunders back on the ice after an eventful shift. So I thought that was he was actually still in the middle of his current shift, as that's a chance. That's not a rebound. One player spills out of control in front. Luckily, back up to his feet quickly, as that was a hard spill indeed. Logan Stoltenborg try to bust ahead. Arrows able to cover up some ground and move back in the other way. Kirk, whistle blown, offsides. And that was Kirk's teammates, line mate I should say, number 9. Caught red-handed, pardon me, number 8 in this case. That is Marzalik. Which Marzalik, you ask? Casimir Marzalik. So we've had the fair share of seeing a lot of talented Marzaliks in our first few years of existence at the LI Sports Network. Shout out to the Marzalik family of Belmore Merrick. This one gets ringed out of the zone. Finelli gets it ahead. Connection couldn't be made there though, as PAL tries to reset carefully. Caruso being hounded there. Caruso finding space, delivers it ahead. It's knocked down by a high stick, and that will stop play. Arrows getting it again. Lenz backtracking as PAL was hot on their track, hot on their tail. as they keep it in the zone. Bolani feathers this one down low. Saunders trying to protect, he lost it. Here's Lenz. This one gets knifed in deep. Avlonidis trying to chase it down before the Arrows can get to it. Able to cover up some ground, even though the Arrows were able to get there first. Back the other way, Saunders trying to chase after it inside the Arrow zone. Good pressure being bestowed here by PAL. But Cavoli trying to retreat, as he had heavy pressure from behind. PAL having a little bit of trouble setting up something inside the neutral zone. As the Arrows keep him at bay. Haven't gotten off a shot since the moments after the Saunders goal. Here they are, trying to figure out a way to get another one in the back of the nets against this very formidable Arrows team. Hayden Wilson plays this to the near side as PAL tries to trek out of the zone. On the ice for the first time tonight, Brianne Martin. Defensive specialist, sending this one in to the other end as the Arrows try to get out without any damage done to them. Fisher pinched in there to try to prevent the chance, and we get a stoppage. A rather quick first period, flying by here. Only one goal has been accounted for by the home team, courtesy of Chase Saunders, who is right there looking to maybe put another one in the back of the net. He's got a very well-known player by the name of John Avlonidis that can very do so help him out with that. Oh, look out. Avlonidis literally sent a man flying into the linesman, inadvertently taking the linesman out with that man. Here's Drago. Drago tried to drop it off to Saunders, and this caused the turnover with the Arrows trying to push back ahead. Bolani feathers it forward, just missing the lead stick of Saunders. Saunders couldn't get a hold of the second chance. Heavy body check delivered there by Goldman as he puts the boom on Buttacavoli. Logan Stoltenborg using his big body presence on the ice now. Arrows prevailing. Here they come. The Arrows. Kirk working. Kirk in front. Just missing the connection there on the far side. That was Marzalik almost punching it home. Kirk feverishly calling for the possession as he positions himself in the slot. Now he moves into a new location. Wilson and Kirk battling there. Kirk, Marzalik, everyone coming together. PAL prevailing. Lenz held up, plays it back. Arrows trying to work it back in the zone, but PAL has it again. Caruso flips it in close quarters ahead to his man. This one carried in for another chance. Couldn't get on net that time. Caruso tried to knife it back in the zone. PAL stays with it. Sent in front, but it couldn't get on goal. A good stick there in time by one of the Arrows. Risanello feeds it ahead. Here's Saunders firing just wide of the net. That one just trickled wide of the right post. Everyone converging inside the zone. Drago trying to split away from Havoc, or trying to split away from Chaos. Drago again in front. Can't get the second try to go. That one got stopped Peeling back and resetting quickly, the Arrows. Here they come. Marino. Arrows trying to tie this thing up as we approach 3.5 remaining in the first. A very tight hockey game for the time being. Lawler on the ice. He'll look to try to make an impact here. Christopher Lawler, another East Islip Chiefs product. One player looking to unload in the corner there that time, but to no avail. Here's Fisher galloping. Fisher just trickling that chance wide. The hits keep on coming. Ryan Martin getting physical down low. And that's going to result in a penalty against the Arrows. Someone did not take a liking to the physical play being bestowed there by PAL, and it costs them with a penalty. They'll go to the box first. It should be noted that even though the Arrows are a high-scoring bunch, they've only accounted for 5 shots on goal this period so far. And the same can be said for PAL. Rather a quiet first period despite the only goal by Chase Saunders. And there's more proof right there. So the power play for PAL. Two men are in the box, and there is, oh no, a disturbance on the Suffolk PAL bench, and we're going to step aside. Can't tell who the player was down, but all we can hope is for the best and a quick recovery. Currently being attended to on the bench by the coaching staff, and now you got further assistance coming from medical personnel. There's a chance from the trailer. Caruso denied there. And an icing further called. And even though play has resumed, which I'm surprised about, the situation is still ongoing at the PAL bench. Boani. Minute left on the man advantage for PAL. Boani. Stoltenberg to the far side, tried to aim across there that time, and too many sticks got in the way to deny that chance. Is a sight to behold. A player that was attended to on the PAL bench is conscious, awake, and responding. From our vantage point, we saw them get up with obvious assists from the coaching staff, but still, that is a good sight to see, and we are thankful for that. Final 50 seconds here in the first. Another save made that time. Shots 10-5. Arrows doing their part, killing off the man advantage. Killing off the penalty kill, or killing off the penalty in this case. Tripping. And just as soon as the Arrows killed off the penalty, PAL is going shorthanded. They'll be down for the next 2 minutes. At least 28 seconds of those 2 minutes. At least 28 seconds of those 2 minutes of power play time will be taking place here in the late parts of the first, the late seconds of the first. A possible carryover to the second could possibly await. Well, we'll just have to see what happens in the dire seconds here. And it's a chance for PAL on the rush the other way, but they couldn't convert. Santos under heavy pressure by Fisher. One player dragged to the ice there, no call, and this will do it for the first. After 15 minutes of play, Suffolk County PAL leads 1-0. Second period about to start momentarily. Scoring summary, just one put in the back of the net, courtesy of Chase Saunders. 10 shots on goal for PAL against the Arrows, who've only accounted for 5 so far. So the period will begin, and So the period will begin, and it will do so with PAL being shorthanded for the remaining 1.5 minutes. So that chance just misses wide. So immediately the Arrows getting a shot on goal. Or PAL in this case getting a shot on goal. Arrows trying to do the same as here they are resetting quickly. Lawler, Dolson, Jack Dolson muscled into the boards there. Dolson moving in down low to collecting. Arrows working it. Lawler, save Pring, and it's cleared away by Suffolk County PAL. Avlanitis punches this one out of the zone off the boards, and it's going to go for icing. About 20 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Suffolk County, or for the Arrows in this case. Off the draw, drive from the point, off the post. As that one just barely misses from beating Pring to the punch. Another chance at the top as we are about to skate 5-a-side again. And here we are, even strength once more. PAL moving in, Villani pad save. Linesman collapsing behind the play, back up on his feet as everything stays normal again. Arrows closing in, trying to change the course of direction here in this contest. Fisher able to extract himself from pressure, plays it off the boards, and PAL will carry it through the neutral zone and back into enemy territory. Avlanitis, another pad save made. Turnover again by the Arrows to PAL. Ricinello throws it in quickly. He'll head to the bench and back out onto the ice comes Drago. Drago trying to knife this one back down low. Everyone coming together near the blue line. Vitali punches this one in deep, and this will go for icing. Shots 12-7 now. And PAL still out in front in that department. However, Arrows just inches from it, from being a tie game. And that's the evidence right there. Off the draw. Caruso couldn't win it back in time as the Arrows try to cover up some ground and take over. Offside is going to be called. Everyone started to bunch up together. And the result was the Arrows going off sides. So everyone was bottlenecked there. Moreno ready to take the draw again. Trying to make an impact in any way he can. Vittorio Marino. Drago. Whoa! He looked like he was gonna throw the big body check, and the disaster was avoided at the last seconds. Holding my breath right there from this location, watching above. Ortiz, Risanello, jousting before the puck is even dropped. We'll keep an eye on those two and see how that battle results. And it begins with Ortiz taking out Volani with the big body check after the puck got off the stick of Volani. One noticeable difference about Volani you'll notice today is he's got the C patch above on the front of his jersey. So obviously he has taken on a more veteran role here for PAL. Pad save that time. Similar to what John Avlonidis has had the luxury of doing. As this one is backhanded wide. Arrows starting to get their chances again. PAL recovering, pushing ahead. Risanello not letting off the gas there as he finishes his check, as this one gets thrown in deep by the Arrows, who go for a line change. That one skitters off a skate right there, bouncing off multiple players in the neutral zone before it gets spiked in deep. And back the other way. Dolson trying to get after it. As this one gets turned over, Marzalek has it. Marzalek trying to feed it in front, ran out of room to deal it to someone. Marzalek tripped up there, no call. Stumbling, getting back up onto his feet. As here's Lenz. Lenz pursuing the zone. Look at Lenz go. Lenz maneuvering through carnage as he tries to get his team on the score sheet. Marzalek feeds it in front as he was falling down, and that results in the Arrows having to recollect it back in their own territory. What a play there to escape from the clutches of Caruso by one of the Arrows, and here's Jack Dolson springing free. Dolson scores! The East Islip Chiefs product gets the equalizer. Jack Dolson, 1-1. A special player, and that is exuded in full frame right there with the tying goal to make it 1-1. Players descending to the ice as the hits begin to ramp up. Drago, heavy body check delivered by Golden on him. There's a chance. Saunders denied, rebound, scramble in front, pokes loose, resulting in that little extra shove. And that is going to cost Marzalek with a trip to the sin bin. And ultimately, it costs his team with their second penalty of the game. Everyone all up in arms on the Arrows bench. But it will not change the officials' ruling. And this is another power play for PAL. Avlonidis, Caruso, Volani, Stoltenborg, Risanello. Representing this power play units for Suffolk County PAL. Here we go. Avlanitis tried to spike that one towards the net, and it first starts out with a big clear and a race for the loose puck. Arrows coming in hot, almost succeeding there. They stay with it in front. Backhand try denied by Pring, who is left without a stick. PAL able to recover and now gain some ground as they try to get a chance off here to begin the man advantage. Hasn't gotten off to the right start. 30 seconds gone by on the power play, and another clear is made by the Arrows. And this will be touched up for icing. Jack Pring counting for another save. Both of these goaltenders getting their reps in. As the chances are coming wildly minute after minute. The two teams were just getting a feel for each other in the first, it seems like, with the lack of shots on goal. And now here they are. Everyone is just giving it all, trying to give it their all. There's Lenz, pinned up against the boards by multiple PAL players. Now we have a conference in the corner. Who's going to jab that one out? And it's the Arrows who do that. Punched out of the zone and pushed further ahead. Kirk, save Pring as it's smothered in the glove of the PAL netminder. And that one could have resulted badly for PAL as Kirk came rushing in there to get a hold of the latest scoring opportunity. Daniel Kirk, that is. And there is the dangerous presence once again being felt for PAL by Jack Dolson. He's on the ice. This is his first shift since potting home the equalizer. Golden gets muscled into the boards there. PAL trying to escape the zone. As they find themselves facing a lot of challenges on this power play, ironically, and it ends unsuccessful. So neither trip gone the way that PAL has wanted it to go. To the man advantage. And here come the Arrows trying to make their way through the zone. Stoltenberg with the steal, and he comes back the other way. Logan Stoltenberg drops in the trailer. Caruso, save. And then Stoltenberg makes contact with the netminder in front as he was trying to get a hold of the possession in the corner. No call made. Another thing that might anger the Arrows bench, who continues to be vocal about some of the decisions being made by the officials, in their eyes at least. Marzalek able to hunt it in the corner. Plays it to the other side. Ortiz. Big body check delivered there, hard to tell. So we have plenty of heads in the way, watching over the railing, and now we get a stoppage. And we'll see what the reason for that is, and it looks like Peyton Wilson, just by the indication of his reaction, it's going to be a power play here to the Arrows. So both teams, even amount of opportunities on the man advantage tonight. Even on the scoreboard. A big chance here for the Arrows, as they hope to get lucky and take over. Off the draw. Waller at the top with Lenz. Lenz Across one-timer, save Pring. Golden in front, able to capture it and play it back to the point. And it's further cleared away by PAL. Arrows regrouping. Here's Waller. Waller pushing back in the zone. Drops it back. But can't make the play happen. PAL doing an admirable job at keeping the Arrows at bay. Just missing the stick of number 91, Barons, who was ready to fly in, and now he's got it. Deals it back to the point. Lens over to Barons. Barons, nice little juke there. Lens in front. One-timer skipping wide of the cage. Plenty of sticks positioned near the goal crease to try to deflect that one home as Caruso got tied up there trying to dig it out of the zone. We'll have a draw. About 40 seconds to go on the man advantage. The latest one for the Arrows. Now we'll just have to see if they can execute before that time runs out. Waller taps it ahead. Nice move to set himself free. Fed across in front, but it couldn't be finished off how they wanted it to go, how they wanted it to. PAL sends it right back in the zone. The stick taps from the bench. The PAL bench says it all. Another successful penalty kill. Back to 5-on-5. Down low, watch out! The captain Ford behind the goal. Play continues ahead. Dolson. Players descending all over the ice in different areas. Finelli. Oh, Finelli may have gotten away with one right there. That extra retaliatory. He collided with Wheeler. And this one will not reach the end board, so no icing. And a stoppage further on. Sorry about that, folks. We're getting this situation taken care of with our camera, but do not worry. So for the time being, I'm just going to call this radio style until we get the situation resolved. And a hello to Trevor Magnani. Trevor, a good friend of mine. I work alongside of him for the Stony Brook hockey broadcasts, and we are back. that is why Vinny Matula is one of the MVPs on our roster. Kid is an absolute workhorse. The situation resolved, and you did not even miss a single bit of action. And here we are now. We have a brief interruption. And, well, what happened before then, to kind of get you caught up to speed, what just transpired a few seconds ago, just offsetting penalties, was the latest, I guess, form of action that was, form of punishment that was distributed by the officials, as this game has had some chippy moments, but we haven't seen anything beyond just the physicality. More so just just like hard-nosed hockey, and that is going to hurt the Arrows. Ortiz to the box. Roughing is the call. This puts the visitors back on the penalty kill, and we'll just have to see what type of damage this could do to them. They've shown that they can hang even when they're shorthanded, and the same can be said for PAL. So we'll just have to wait and see how this unfolds. Another power play for Suffolk County PAL. Right off the draw. Drago at the top, as this one's controlled by Budicavoli. Lenz able to force it out of the zone for a clear. Drago on his horse, and now we get a, looks like a hand pass. I think it's best summarized to say there's a lot of mass confusion here. We have no idea if there was a whistle blown or if it wasn't blown. It's just, there's just a lot of confusion. We've reached the final minute of play in the second. A little different story than the first period. Arrows coming to life at the tying goal, courtesy of Jack Dolson. Drago leaning in to keep it in the zones. This one gets flipped to the other side. Far side chance. No, it just ricocheted out of the net. I don't know if that one even got in the nets or not. Chase Saunders nearly bashed that one home, or did he? We'll just have to take a look at the replay. And there's Saunders, side of the net chance, couldn't stuff it home on the second attempt, as this one cleared out, but the race is on. Short-handed chance, pig pad save, Pring. A huge opportunity squandered for the Arrows, and we leave the second tied up at 1. On to the third. More hockey around the corner. And take a look of how close this came to being 2-1. And how close, you ask? Oh. And all of the shots that hit the post or crossbar, that is probably the closest one I think that got into the back of the net. Wow. But we'll definitely see what these two teams have in store for us soon in the third period. Final strategies, I should say, final words of wisdom being instilled in the players. Coach Pring for his team, the Suffolk County PAL squad. The two captains on the ice together, looking to strike big. We saw Villani do it months back in the dying seconds of regulation, in a game that was filled with plenty of twists and turns like no other. What does James Villani, or I should say, what does Jimmy Villani and John Avlanitis, the two captains of this Suffolk County PAL team, have in store on this very cold Saturday? And maybe you can ask the same for this Arrows team. What will they do to keep this unprecedented run at the top alive? The answers we're finding out shortly. 15 minutes of hockey possibly left to be played. Half a minute remaining on the man advantage for Suffolk County PAL. Villani tried to twist that one ahead. Stoltenborg taking the task there by Galvi. And time continues to wind down here on Suffolk County PAL's latest man advantage. Rissanello gets it across. Villani trying to send it over, and it ricocheted off a leg in front, and Stoltenborg falling to his knees, stumbling as he couldn't make anything happen. Chance in front. Arrows swarming the net, drive from the point. Save made, rebound, an extra shot by Villani against one of the Arrows players in front, and going to cost the captain of Suffolk County PAL a trip to the box. You can understand him sticking up for his team, but for PAL, it's their mission now is to do anything they possibly can to stay out of the box. Even though the Arrows have not succeeded on the man advantage, how many more do you want to give them before they finally get it right? Here they are with their third power play of the game. Lenz at the top, in close quarters there with Behrens. Sent from distance, save made by Pring. Shot 16-15, PAL. Behrens again. Behrens trying to keep it under control. Arrows moving down low, sent back to the point, Lenz. Behrens deals it across. Lawler from the top, pad save Pring. Shot 16 apiece. A minute gone by on the power play. Drive off the crossbar, no goal. An absolute thunderbolt off the stick of Lawler, but to no avail. Caught a line change, PAL. Behrens roaring back in. He's forced wide, throws it in front, chance, save, rebound, loose in the crease. No one able to pot it home as Pring lost his stick, and this goes for icing. And how close did this one come to being a goal? Woof. Literally by a hair. That one absolutely had zip on it. Not the result that the Arrows wanted. Another chance in front. Kirk still with it. Backhand try on the second attempt is denied by Pring. He holds up. And for the first time tonight, there is a new leader in the shots on goal department. With the Arrows leading 18-16 over PAL. Power play about to expire for the Arrows. And it's another unsuccessful trip to the man advantage for the team in black. Kirk fighting off attackers. Kirk trying to muscle his way to a big chance. Kirk, curl and drag maneuver. Kirk, Dolson falling down, getting the shot off, but it went wide. Heavy body check delivered there by Fisher against Kirk. Those two jostling. One player takes a spill near the top. That was Finelli. Arrows resetting. Finelli plays catch with his man. Long sauce ahead, just misconnecting and going for, appears to be a hand pass. And just like that, more confusion. And the reason for that confusion was the penalty that happened to be called, and if I had to take a guess what the reason was for it, was Fisher being involved with Kirk down low, and now it's another power play for the Arrows. Their fourth of the contest, second in just minutes. Barons busting back in the zone. Barons keeping it under control. Waller deals it down low. Arrows pacing around, trying to make something happen. Caruso showing his physical prowess there at the top. And he does so successfully, keeping the Arrows out. More sustained pressure being delivered by PAL to the Arrows. The Arrows come right back in with a chance. At the top, Waller through traffic, deflected, lost somewhere, but we'll have a draw. Goldman. He'll look to try to win it back to Lenz or Waller, and it's Lenz who has it. Lenz firing. That trickled just off the stick and wide. Goldman. Back to Lenz. Goldman steps into one. Save Pring, rebounds, and it's forced away. 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Score! Out of nowhere, the Arrows take over the lead. It's 2-1. Everyone converging in front of the goal, taking their position. PAL doing everything they can to try to keep the arrows away from the net, but too many bodies swarming the goal, and the results coming into the picture at the right time. Uncovered, left open was Chase Goldman. And he's got the game's biggest goal so far. It's 2-1 Arrows. Just had this ill feeling, this uncomfortable feeling that this team was going to prevail some moment. And they do so on the latest man advantage after numerous trips to the power play this game. Kirk. Try to punch it down low. Kirk maneuvering instead. What a play in front. Kirk denied. Rebound, wraparound try. Everyone jabbing away at it. And no one is able to put it home. Jack Pring held on for dear life there. Stretched out the left pad as far as he can to take up all of the net's room. Try to keep the Arrows away from scoring another one. Now we get a timeout. And I had a feeling this was coming from head coach Pring. From head coach Jason Pring, and there it is. .25 to go. And a quick draw. Won by the Arrows and stopped by Pring. He's accounted for another save, but those saves overshadowed by the 2 goals he let up. Unanswered attacks. One in the second period on the equalizer by Jack Dolson, and one just moments before by Chase Goldman on the power play to give the Arrows their first lead of the contest. Lenz in front. Everyone bouncing off each other. Drive just wide of the net. Kirk locating it, but couldn't get a hold of it. Another chance is squandered for PAL to exit the zone. Now it does get lifted out. Drago able to find Saunders. Not an ideal connection there, but does get PAL in the zone. Stoltenborg nailed to the ice by Kirk as he came flying in to try to throw the came flying in to trying to throw the hit, and Kirk not letting off the gas, trying to steal it from Villani. Villani protecting as this one bounces out of the zone before he gets picked up by the Arrows with a chance, and score! Joseph Finelli breaking the hearts of Suffolk PAL. It is 3-1. An unlucky break for Jack Pring. As the puck bounces off the outer web of his glove, past him and into the net. And for the first time in this contest, there's immense pressure, score! Wow! An immediate response by Logan Stoltenborg. Just I was about to say, Suffolk County PAL suddenly had immense pressure on them. They have fought back, and we've got ourselves one heck of a hockey game for all to witness. It is 3-2 as Logan Stoltenborg and Suffolk County PAL counteract the third unanswered goal by the Arrows. And here they are trying to make it again, but they're stopped that time. Logan Stoltenborg, the Sachem Warriors, the former Sachem Warriors, now Sachem Hockey Club JV member, getting his team some new life. As we await what could be a frantic finish, another for these PAL players to endure. Off the boards, but not out of the zone. Fisher jostling with Marszalek. Fisher again, still being hounded by Marszalek. As this one gets played across, Ortiz moves down low to try to grab it. He's pinned up against the boards by Buddicavoli. Closing in on the final 5 minutes of regulation. Lenz knocks his man off the puck. That was Fisher. Arrows with another chance. Ortiz. This one bounces off a body in front, and it's cleared out of the zone. Lenz slamming on the brakes, twisting away from pressure. Ortiz guiding this one, or attempting to guide this one towards the net. Fisher falling down to the ice as Ortiz regains the chance, and it's stopped by Pring. Another opportunity squandered by PAL as they are able to clear it down the ice. This will not reach the end boards, icing washed away. PAL in a line change as Lenz moves back in. Saunders covering up some ground, resulting in a turnover. PAL with the possession. Avlonidis trying to stuff this one back ahead. Marino knocked hard there, back up on his feet. Down low, PAL can't clear it out. Lenz with the keep. This one gets turned in front, but it couldn't be connected by the Arrows. Arrows staying with it though. Marino controlling, spinning away. Marino tried to deal it back in front. PAL, good positioning there to prevent the Arrows from scoring a fourth. Bolani taking the task as that long distance shot was stopped, and this one will further be covered up. 3-2 with just a little under 4 minutes left in the contest. We saw Jason Pring make a crucial timeout minutes before, and now we could only predict that the Arrows will do the same at some point. Here's Barons roaring in with a chance at a backhand, and he's denied by Pring. Another save accounted for by Jack Pring. Caruso extracting himself from pressure. It's the Arrows. Collision there between Barons and number 74 at PAL. Everyone jostling for the possession. Caruso sidestepping a man, trying to get by. Throws it in front. Stoltenborg pushed off there by Lawler as Dolson makes his way back in the zone with Golden. PAL able to cover up some ground again. 3 minutes remaining. Stoltenborg firing, glove save. He'll hold up. PAL climbing back ever so slightly as they've closed the gap in shots on goal. For a moment, they were trailing by a large margin, and now it's 28-20. Arrows haven't looked anything different than they did in the last two periods. Besides the most recent turn of events, which was the goal scored by Stoltenborg, which cut the lead in half. Here's Kirk fighting off pressure. Kirk trying to deal it to someone close, finds his man. This shot gets sent over the goal. Lenz at the top, knifes this one down low. Marszalek trying to gather it. Bolani gives it up to Marszalek. Marszalek pinches it in, pitched in front, and it's turned over. Lenz with the steal. Lenz working. Lenz dancing to the net. Big stick made there. A tremendous defensive play made by Peyton Wilson as Marszalek tries to squeeze through pressure, stumbling to the ice as he tried to get the shot off. Awaiting the extra attacker any moment by Jason Pring as he'll call his son to the bench for the sixth man. The possession inside the Arrow zone. A minute and a half remaining in regulation. Fisher controlling. Saunders taking the task there by Lenz. And this one gets further knocked in by Galvi. Butakavoli couldn't clear the zone. Marino down low. Galvi. As we approach the final minute of play, everyone rushing on over to try to stop the Arrows from killing off the clock. And now we get a whistle blown. We'll see what the reason for that was. Possible hand pass. Well, it can't be delay of game because no one is being sent to the box. 59 seconds to go. Hold on. Hold on, folks. Bolani sends it ahead. This one pinned up against the boards once again by Galvi. Everyone coming together, pinching up along the wall in front of PAL's bench. Pring awaiting for the signal to head to PAL's bench, and this may be it. Face-off draw will take place inside the Arrow zone. Jack Pring remains in goal. Bellani observing, seeing what course of action will be made. Chance just missing for PAL in front. Canceled down the ice by the Arrows. It's rolling towards the end boards for icing. Arrows want an explanation as the first blue line right in front of their bench. And now we do have the 6-on-5 being presented by Suffolk County PAL. Watch out. Everyone taking cover on the Arrows bench. It's going to get really intense here. Avlonidis, Bellani in the same position he was months back when he scored a huge game winner in the dying seconds against the Rye Rangers. Will there be another shot wide? Avlonidis can't steer it back in the crease. The Long Island Arrows prevail and celebrate a 3-2 win over their division rivals here at the rinks. A hard-fought effort in the end by PAL as they gave it their all. They tried to regain the momentum they lost, making it a fun finish to the end as the Arrows go home with the victory. And that does it for us as we close shop here on the South Rink. Be sure to tune in for the action tomorrow, varsity action on the South Rink for Suffolk County High School Hockey League, and varsity action all the way in Long Beach, Oyster Bay, or Long Beach, in this case, Oyster Bay, Long Beach, Nassau Hockey with Dylan Flynn, Vinny Matula. They'll be working that game. Make sure to catch them on LISN Overtime, weekly podcast, always on YouTube. And, well, that does it for all of us here. Mike Colanger, Vinny Matula on the other side, Nick Quinn. So long, good night, thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Take the monitor and computer on my side though when you're done. Thanks.
Wait, you're taking the one of the bags is staying here though, right?
Yeah,